Namaste. Welcome to a new episode in this series of videos that I have planned to explain to you the glorious story of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. In this video, we will be discussing the early years of Shivaji Maharaj. To be very specific, the first 12 years, age 1 to 12. Now this is the period, those are his formative years. Not much has been written about it, but whatever information I found at hand, I will share with you. So let's start. Shivaji spent the first 6 years of his life, that is age 1 to age 6, that is from the year 1630 to 1636, with his mother Jijamata at Shivneri Fort itself. Where is Shivneri Fort? In Junnar. His father Shahaji Raje Bhosle was hardly home. As I told you, 1630 to 1636, chaos was going on in Maharashtra. You know the stories of Mughals versus Nizam Shahi versus Adil Shahi, and how Shahaji Raje Bhosle was sifting from one place to another, you know about it. So that chaos was going on, so he was hardly home. So Shivaji spent his childhood mostly with his mother at Junnar Fort itself. At the time of his birth in 1630, Shahaji was in Mughal service. In fact, Shahaji was able to see the face of his newborn child only after 1 month of his birth. In our Hindu tradition, there are various samskaras that are given to the child from birth onwards. 2 of such samskaras, Annaprashan and Surya Darshan, were already done in the absence of his father. It is after that he was able to come to Junnar and see Shivaji's face. As the baby grew, various qualities began manifesting in him. Qualities like he used to love to play with clay horses, clay elephants, clay armies. He used to love all these aspects. He was also very good at mimicry of sounds of various birds and animals like peacocks, elephants, parrots, horses. So he was very good at that. It is said that as a child, Shivaji used to love to scare his mother and her attendants. You know how he used to do that? Suddenly from nowhere he used to come and roar like a tiger. And that used to make these ladies very afraid. That was one of his favorite childhood pastimes. As a little boy, he was extremely agile and active. It is said that he had very sharp features, broad forehead, and especially the nose. It was very sharp and pointed. An English traveller who had come to India during Shivaji's time has seen Shivaji in his later years, of course, and he has written about him that Shivaji has a very quick and piercing eye, and he has a skin which is whiter than all of his other people, which means Shivaji was fair in color. There are other British records which describe Shivaji as a person of middle height, very erect posture. And one very striking thing was that whenever he used to speak, it used to appear as if he is smiling, even though he is speaking. So his smile was also very charming. Another Portuguese biographer has written about Shivaji, how he was quick in action, lively in personality, had a clear and fair face, and eyes were so big and sharp and lively that it used to appear that rays of fire are emanating from his eyes. So this is one description given by a Portuguese biographer. So I hope you're getting some clarity about how Shivaji Maharaj eventually looked. So coming back to the story of his childhood. So Shivaji Maharaj from years 1 to 6 lived with his mother in the fort of Junnar. And when he was 6 years old, that is the year 1636, as I have already discussed with you in the past, Nizam Shahi fell. And Shahaji was captured, and he had to eventually enter into Adil Shahi service. And then, as you know, he was shifted to Bangalore, and he then set up his base from Bangalore, and from there he used to go on various campaigns in the south on behalf of Adil Shah. Was Shahaji living alone in Bangalore? No. Shahaji was staying with his elder son. What was his name? Sambhaji. So Shahaji was staying with his elder son Sambhaji and his second wife Tukabai, who was the sister of one of the fort commanders of Pune, whose name is Sambhaji Mohite. So Sambhaji Mohite is one of the fort commanders of Pune. Pune was under Adil Shahi's control. Sambhaji Mohite's sister Tukabai was the second wife of Shahaji, with whom Shahaji was living at Bangalore along with his elder son Sambhaji. Now please note, Sambhaji is the son of Shahaji's first wife, Jijamata. The second wife, Tukabai, from her, Shahaji also had one son. The name is Ekoji. At some places, he is referred to as Vyankoji, a very important character. This Ekoji or Vyankoji did not have a very good relation with Shivaji throughout his life. They had a very troubled relation. But yes, eventually in the later years, Ekoji went on to become the founder of another independent kingdom in the south, which he named as Thanjavur Maratha Raj. And I'm pretty sure somewhere he was deeply inspired by what Shivaji Maharaj was doing in Maharashtra. So all this is going to happen in the later years. Now I will share one fact with you. Shahaji had one more son. The name of this son, Hiroji. Hiroji was a son of Shivaji from outside marriage. Hiroji, however, had a very striking resemblance in face and personality, exactly like Shivaji Maharaj. And this is why Hiroji is going to be playing a very important role in one very stressful episode in the life story of Shivaji Maharaj. When that story comes, I will narrate it to you. But right now only I'm telling you about this very important character, Hiroji. Now let's cross the year 1636 and let's enter the years of 1637, 1638. Shahaji was stationed at Bangalore. He then calls upon his first wife, Jizabai, and son, Shivaji, to come and live with him at Bangalore. Due to this invite, Jizamata takes her son Shivaji, a young 7-8-year-old Shivaji, and they travel from Junnar in Maharashtra right down to Bangalore to stay with Shahaji Raje Bhosle. Now what had happened is Adilshah was broadly controlling southern Maharashtra area and entire Karnataka and lot of areas in south. Now in this huge kingdom that the powerful Adilshahi was ruling, they had given few territories in Maharashtra and few territories in Karnataka under Shahaji's control. The territories in Maharashtra which were under Shahaji's control, they were all grouped around the central city of Pune. So that entire area of Pune and the nearby areas was under the control of Shahaji. So Shahaji, what he does is, he is stationed at Bangalore. So he appoints one very, very competent elderly gentleman named Dadoji Konddev as the primary accountant of the entire Pune Jagir. So Dadoji Konddev becomes the agent on the behalf of Shahaji to govern the Maharashtrian territories of Pune and nearby areas, which are actually under the control of Adilshah eventually. So Adilshah is the eventual boss. Shahaji is in control of these areas under the rule of Adilshahi, and Shahaji has appointed a governor in his place, Dadoji Konddev, to govern Pune and the nearby areas because Shahaji is staying in Bangalore, that is Karnataka. Now, as Shivaji has turned 7 years old, the age from 7 to 12, there are few conflicting opinions in history. I will share with you. There are 3 different stories which are spoken about. Story number 1. Dadoji Konddev was instructed by Shahaji to shift Jizabai and Shivaji from Junnar to Pune. According to this story, therefore, Jizabai and Shivaji never came to Bangalore. This is one story. Second, Dadoji governed Pune. He was there in Pune, but Shivaji and Jizabai stayed with Shahaji in Bangalore. That is the storyline I have been picking. Correct? Where Dadoji is in Pune, but Shivaji and Jizamata are at Bangalore. Third, Dadoji governed Pune. He was in Pune, and Shivaji and Jizamata were at Bangalore, but on and off they used to visit Pune, meet Dadoji Konddev, look at the area and come back to Bangalore. This constant shifting and travelling was also happening. This is a third possible explanation, and this third possible explanation appears to be quite logical. So I have kept in front of you all the 3, whichever one you feel is right, you take it. I will now move on. But this confusion within the narrations happens only between the age of 7 to 12. It is in this period also that Shivaji Maharaj, the young boy, begins his training of various military sciences, learning the art of politics, learning the art of administration, learning various martial skills, exercises, swordsmanship, archery, all these various things, riding horses, riding elephants, riding chariots, all the various military skills he begins learning right from the age 7. This is the vision his parents had for him. And it is said that Dadoji Konddev was the one who was very instrumental in imparting all this knowledge to the young boy Shivaji. Now comes a very important story, one of my favorite episodes in the life of Shivaji Maharaj. As this young boy, Shivaji, was turning around 11 or 12, his father, Shahaji Raje Bhosle, decides to take him to a trip. You know where? To Bijapur in Karnataka. They were staying in Bangalore. From there, he took him to Bijapur in Karnataka itself. And what was there in Bijapur, as you all know? The central command of the Adil Shahi was present at Bijapur. The main court, the main palace of Adil Shahi was present at Bijapur. All the heads, all the officials, the Sultan, everyone was there at Bijapur. So Shahaji, who was serving under Adil Shah, takes Shivaji to meet the Sultan. And it is said that as Shahaji entered the palace, as he entered the court, the Sultan was sitting on the throne. Who was the Sultan then? Muhammad Adil Shah. We have been speaking about him since long. Shivaji was asked to offer his respects by bending down in front of the Adil Shahi Sultan, Muhammad Adil Shah. But that young boy refused. He refused to bend in front of Adil Shah. Can you imagine what a great act of rebellion that was? You are in the heart of Adil Shah. You are in Bijapur in the court standing in front of Muhammad Adil Shah, and a young boy whose father is in service of Adil Shah refuses to bend down and bow in front of the Sultan. What training must have been provided to Shivaji since childhood, both by mother and father? It is becoming evident by this one story. Another striking incident happened. As Shivaji came out of the court, he was looking at the various opulences which were there in the Adil Shahi court and entire Bijapur as a whole. What all thoughts must have been going on in his mind, a young 11, 12-year-old boy. What thoughts he must be having. He was seeing these foreigners come from outside and rule in his own land here, developing so much wealth and cruelly ruling over the subjects there. What must be going on in Shivaji's mind? It is very evident from what he is going to do in his coming years, the thoughts that must be circulating in that young mind at that time. And then what happens? As he comes out, he sees one very ghastly incident. In front of his eyes, he sees one Islamic soldier cut the head of mother cow, slaughtered in public, beheaded. She was tortured to death. When Shivaji saw that, he couldn't take it. Mother cow is holy to us Hindus. He couldn't see this sight of cruel killing of mother cow right in front of his eyes, and then and there itself in front of this entire Bijapur community, he protested, loud protest, that this is not right. And everyone looked at him. They were shocked. How can a young 11, 12-year-old boy go against the establishment and the general norms of the people living there? Muhammad Adil Shah comes to know about this. Already he had seen the young boy not bend in front of him. He also hears about the loud protest he does on the killing of a cow. It was then and there itself that Adil Shah, Muhammad Adil Shah, knew that a storm was coming his way. He knew that this small flame called Shivaji, who is a young boy now, eventually is going to convert into a raging fire which might become very difficult for Adil Shah to control. He knew it from that very incident. Dennis Kincaid, one British historian, has written in his book, Shivaji publicly protested at Bijapur against cow slaughter. So we have got various such corroborations in history. Various people have written about it. So as they turned home back to Bangalore, Shahaji starts developing some thoughts. You know what he does? As Shivaji turns 12, Shahaji takes a call, a decision that was to change the course of history. He calls Shivaji and tells him, from now you are supposed to go back to Pune. Pune is this Jagir which is under my control, of course under Adil Shahi umbrella. From now you become my agent of Pune. Dadoji Konde will now work for you. You go there and establish yourself as the governor of Pune. He also tells Jijabai to, of course, accompany Shivaji as this young boy is taking charge of the entire Pune territory. Shahaji sends with Shivaji few horses, few elephants and some soldiers that can help him and assist him in the governing of the Pune territory. Shahaji additionally sends 4 special people to help Shivaji in this entire administration. First, Shamrao Nilkant, who was to act as the Peshwa or the Prime Minister of the Pune Jagir. Second, Bal Krishna Pant, who was supposed to act as the Mujumdar, that is the auditor of the Pune Jagir. Third, Sono Pant, who was supposed to act as the Dabir, that is the counselor to Shivaji. Fourth, Raghunath Ballal, who was supposed to act as Subnis or the head clerk of all the administration of Pune Jagir. These 4 are sent by Shahaji. Dadoji Kondev is already there, and some infantry, that is soldiers, are sent along with horses and elephants to assist Shivaji in governing Pune. It was this decision that eventually reshaped the history of India. Shivaji took charge of Pune and the area around it, and it was this small area, that is the Pune Jagir, which Shivaji, a young 12-year-old Shivaji, was taking charge, that was to become the womb of the mission of Shivaji to create a Hindavi Swarajya, an independent kingdom, and drive away these foreign forces from Maharashtra and eventually India. Pune Jagir, therefore, is now going to be the center of focus of our stories ahead.